Hello friends, a very warm welcome to the Crochet Hook channel. See, today we have this very beautiful crochet lace pattern that we're going to work together. It's a very simple pattern here. If we have a closer look horizontally, starting from this chain till this third DC, it's a repeat of 8 stitches horizontally. Again, from this chain till this third DC, it is 8 stitches. So horizontally, this pattern is a repeat of 8 stitches, and vertically, if we see, this is a repeat of row 3 and row 4 that are repeated over and over to reach the desired length of the project. Just keep repeating row 3 and row 4 over and over, and you can use this beautiful pattern maybe in mufflers, shrugs, capes, bottle holders and so on. See how netty and beautiful it looks. For the friends who are joining me here for the first time, please do consider subscribing to my channel. That really motivates. So let's get ahead. Here I have chosen yarn of my choice, and I'm going to work with a crochet hook of 3.0 millimeters and a pair of scissors. So here, then to begin with, work a slip knot. And as I've already stated, this pattern is a multiple of 8 stitches. So we are going to chain 5 multiples of 8, that is 40 plus 9 more chains. You can chain any multiple of 8 plus work 9 more chains. So I'm going to chain 49. See here, I have chained 49, and now we'll begin with the row 1. So then to begin with, yarn over and skip 5 chains here. Insert the hook into the 6th chain and work 1 DC. Yarn over, work 1 DC into the next chain. This chain 5 stands for a DC. Into the next chain, again work 1 DC. So here we have, counting first chain 5 also as a DC, we have 4 DCs here. Nextly, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip 2 chains below, 1 and 2, insert the hook into the 3rd chain here and work 1 SC, single crochet, chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, again skip 2 chains below and yarn over, and from the 3rd chain onwards we are going to work 3 consecutive DCs. So into this 3rd chain work 1 DC, yarn over again, into the next chain work 1 DC, yarn over again, into the next chain work 1 DC. So here we have created 3 consecutive DCs in a row. This is what we have worked. Again chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip 2 chains below, insert the hook into the 3rd chain, work 1 SC, chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, then yarn over and skip 2 chains, insert the hook into the 3rd chain, will again create 3 consecutive DCs. So into this chain work 1 DC, yarn over, into the next chain again work 1 DC, yarn over, into the next chain work 1 DC. So we have 3 consecutive DCs worked after we skip chain 2. Chain 3 again, this is the pattern repeat. From this chain 3 till the last 3rd DC is 1 repeat. Skip 2 chains, into the 3rd chain work 1 ST, then chain 3. Yarn over, skip 2 chains and again insert the hook into the 3rd chain, work 1 DC. Then yarn over, work 1 DC into the next chain. This is what we have created. And then chain 3 again, skip 2 chains below, insert the hook into the 3rd chain, work 1 SC. This is the last repeat that we're working on to. Chain 3 again. Then yarn over, skip 2 chains, then insert the hook into the 3rd chain, work 1 DC. Yarn over, work 1 DC into the next chain, yarn over, work 1 DC into the next chain. See, we worked 4 DCs in the beginning, in the end also we are going to work 4 DCs. So simply just work 1 more DC in this last chain that is left. So we have ended this row 1 with these 4 DCs on this end as well. Row 1 gets completed. Have a closer look. From this, on both the sides we have worked 4 DCs, and then from this chain, beginning from this chain till this 3rd DC, this is 8 stitches, 1 repeat of the pattern. Again from this chain till this 3rd DC, this is 8 stitches, 1 repeat of the pattern. Likewise we have repeated the pattern 5 times. like this. And now we're going to work row 2. So chain 1, turn the work into the same stitch below where you chained 1. In the same DC, work 1 SC atop it like this. Then work 3 chains. 1, 2 and 3. So after chain 3, skip 3 DCs and see here we have the 3 chains. Insert the hook into the very first chain just after the DCs and work 1 SC here. And then work 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And see we have this chain 3 SC and chain 3, skip all this. In this last chain just before the next DC, insert the hook and work 1 SC. This is what we have created. Then atop the 3 DCs in this row, we are simply working 3 chains. So work 3 chains and across the DCs in this very first chain, again insert the hook and work 1 SC. In this row, we will be simply working 3 chains SC, 6 chains SC like that. So then again work 6 chains. For the midsection, we are chaining 6 and skip all this 3 chain SC, 3 chain. In this last chain of this section, simply work 1 SC, and atop the 3 DCs, we are working 3 chains. This is what we are creating. This is how it looks. So then here work 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3, and skip the 3 DCs. Across the DCs in the very first chain, insert the hook, work 1 SC here. Simple. Now we'll chain 6. So work 6 chains and skip the midsection of the chain and SC. And in the last chain of this section here, just before the DCs, insert the hook in this chain and work 1 SC. Simplest round. Chain 3 atop the DCs, we are working 3 chains and we skip the DCs, and across them in the very first chain here, insert the hook, work 1 SC. Easy. One more time, we'll be repeating the same pattern. So then chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and skip this chain 3 SC, chain 3. In this last chain just before the DC section, insert the hook, work 1 SC, then chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip the 3 DCs below. Across the DCs in the very first chain here, insert the hook and work 1 SC like this. Chain 6 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Across this chain 3 SC, chain 3, in this last chain, insert the hook, work 1 SC. Chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3, skip 3 DCs and into this top 5 chain here, insert the hook, simply work 1 SC to end the row 2 here. So have a closer look. In this row 1, we worked 4 DCs and then skip 2 chains, work 3 chains. Into the third chain below, we worked 1 SC, then chain 3, skip 2 chains, and from the third chain, we again work 3 consecutive DCs here. Then repeat the same pattern. Chain 3, skip 2 chains into the third chain, work 1 SC, chain 3, skip 2 chains, and into the third chain insert, work 1 DC, into the third, fourth and fifth chain. Just like this, we went for row 1, and for row 2 here, we chain 1 and into the same stitch we worked 1 SC, then we chain 3 and across the DCs in the very first chain we worked 1 SC. Then chain 6 for the midsection and skipped all the chains, and the last chain here we worked 1 SC. Then again we worked 3 chains, skipped the DC section. Into the very first chain after the DC set, we worked 1 SC. Then again we chained 6, skipped all this midsection. In this last chain, we worked 1 SC. Again chain 3 and an SC. And again chain 6 and an SC. Simple. This is the simplest round ever. So row 2 here gets completed. We'll go for row 3. Row 3 is just like row 1. Odd number rows are similar and even number rows are similar. So for row 3, chain 3 and turn the work, yarn over, and in this chain 3 space here, yarn over, work 3 DCs into this chain 3 space. 1, then yarn over, work 1 more DC, 2, and yarn over, work one more DC here, 3. Again we have created 4 DCs on this end, just like row 1 below. See? And then chain 3. At the center of this chain 6 below, here simply work 1 SC, chain 3 again. And then in this chain 3 space below, here yarn over, and again in this, after this SC in this chain 3 section, work 3 DCs just like row 1. So work 3 DCs in the chain 3 section here, 1, 2 and 3, quite easy. This is what we have created. This is how the pattern is coming up. Again, chain 3 into the next chain 6, at the center of it, work 1 SC, chain 3 again. Now yarn over and skip all this. After the SC in this chain 3 space, we are going to work 3 DCs just like row 1. Because row 3 is just like row 1, the pattern is same. So work 3 DCs here. This is how it looks. See? After 3 DCs here, chain 3 into the next chain 6 at the center of it, just like this, work 1 SC, then chain 3 again. 1, 2 and 3, and then see, in the row below we have 3 DCs, and above that we have chain 3 space. Into this chain 3 space in the row 2, simply work 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3. So after this chain 3 here, again atop this 3 DCs we had worked chain 3 space in the row 2, yarn over, and in this chain 3 space again create 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3, simple. Chain 3 again, into the next chain 6, at the center of it work 1 SC, chain 3 again. Then yarn over into the next chain 3, skip the next chain 3 and SC. In the next chain 3, just atop the 3 DCs in the row 1 below, here work 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3. See, this is how it looks. Chain 3 again, the last time. In this next chain 6, work 1 SC at the center of it, chain 3 again. Then yarn over, we have here, skip all this chains, and in this last chain 3, work 3 DCs, 1, 2 and 3. And to end this round, yarn over in this SC below, simply insert the hook and work the last DC. So again we created 4 DCs on this end also. So we worked chain 3, and in the next chain 3 in the row 2 below, in this chain 3 space, we worked 3 DCs. Then we chain 3 at the center of the chain 6 in the row 2, we worked 1 SC. Then we chain 3, and in the next chain 3 space, just atop the 3 DCs set in the row 1 where we had worked 3 chains, we created 3 DCs again. Then chain 3 again, work 1 SC, chain 3 and work DCs, 3 DCs into the next chain 3 atop the 3 DCs in the row 1. Simply keep working it till the end, and we finish this row 3 here. Now we'll go for row 4. Row 4 is just like row 2. So then chain 1 and turn the work 1 SC into the same DC where you just created this chain 1. Then chain 3, skip the 3 DCs below, and here we have this chain section. Into the very first chain, insert the hook, work 1 SC like this. Now we'll create 6 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 for the midsection of the chains. Skip all this chain 3 SC, chain 3 in this last third chain just before the next DC set. Insert the hook, work 1 SC. See, this row 4 is just like row 2. Chain 3 again, skip the 3 DCs below, across them into the very first chain, insert the hook, work 1 SC like this. Chain 6 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip this chain and SC in this last chain of this chain section, insert the hook, work 1 SC. Chain 3 again, 1, 2 and 3. Skip the 3 DCs below. In this very first chain after the DC set here, insert the hook, work 1 SC So simple. Chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip all this 6 chain, 3 chain, SC, 3 chain. In this last chain again create 1 SC like this. Work 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. Skip the 3 DCs below. Into the very first chain after the DCs, inside the hook work 1 SC. Chain 6 and skip this midsection. Into the last chain here. Inside the hook work 1 SC. Then chain 6 again. Chain 3 again. Skip the DC set. Into this very first chain after the DC set work 1 SC. Now chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Skip this 3 chain SC, 3 chain. In this last chain, inside the hook work 1 SC. And to end this row here, this is what we have created. Let's end this row 4 together. So after this SC, chain 3 and skip the 3 DCs below. And inside the hook in this top third chain, inside the hook and work 1 SC to end the row 4 here. Row 4 gets ended here. This is how it looks. So here for the row 4, we chained 1, turn the work and work 1 SC in the very first DC below. Then chain 3, work 1 SC across the 3 DCs in the very first chain here. Then worked 6 chains. Across the chain section we worked, in this last chain we worked 1 SC. Then again skip the 3 DCs, chain 3 and worked 1 SC into the very first chain across the DCs. So we are simply working chain 6 SC, chain 3 SC all across. So here till now we have completed 1, 2, 3 and 4 rows together, and row 1 is just like row 3 and row 2 is similar to row 4, and for the repetition just keep repeating row 3 and row 4 over and over to reach the desired length of the project you're working on. So this very beautiful crochet lace pattern is ready, and that looks absolutely awesome. I loved working this pattern with you. Have fun learning, have fun crocheting. See you next time.